Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey guys, good morning, good morning. How are you doing? Somebody says, can you fix the yes and no questions on your N400 if you made a mistake? Yes, you can. You can. You can do it at your interview, actually. You can. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Wanted to come on real quick to chat with you and give you a quick update on what's going on in my world. Somebody says, so it shouldn't cause a problem. No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. You should be able to change it. Can I get my court date pushed back if my baby is sick? It depends, right? When is your court date? When is your court date? Good morning, Carlene. Good morning. It's pretty early for me because I'm not in Atlanta. I'm in a different state. I'm 1 hour behind. It's just 9 o'clock. So good morning. I'm coming on here to chat with you this morning, at least for an hour or so, because I'm traveling, as you all see. And I wanted to let you all know also that I may not be very available for the next week and a half because, for those who don't know, Monday is my birthday, and I shall be on vacation. Okay. Yes, I'm up pretty early this morning. All right, guys, remember, if you're joining me, help me to tap the screen and share the live. We're trying to get some people in so we can talk US immigration this morning. And let's see if we could help anybody real quick before I go on vacation, okay? Someone says, good morning, happy birthday. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Somebody says here, the rich statement, one Pisces. Of course. Happy birthday. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Jay, do you do LLC? Yes, I do. I can help you with filing your LLC. Um, I do. All right, guys. Yeah, man, it's my birthday. So, well, not today, but my birthday is gonna be on Monday. Um, I'm taking gifts in the form of cash, so I'll drop my cash up soon. Since I'm gonna go on vacation, I'm gonna need some money to survive, kinda. All right. So I'll drop my cash up soon. Well, guys, if you're coming in, remember to tap the screen and share the live. We're gonna talk US immigration this morning. I should give you at least an hour, because I have an appointment that I have to run to. So it says, big up yourself and have a happy birthday when it comes, bro. Thank you so much, DJ Killer. All right. DJ Killer, you know I'm a cash app. Okay, and then yeah, and all right, Miss Susan, me cash up DJ Killer, and then remember, it's the end of the month, and right now, a payroll time, and everybody. Mine was Tuesday. Should I send you my cash app? You see, the problem is you should have sent the cash app before that. So now you have to send me something, right? Because you wait until after your birthday to tell me that it's your birthday and wanting to send your cash app. All right. No problem, DJ Killer. Someone says more love, more blessings, travel safe, happy birthday. Thank you so much, Pauline. Somebody says, what time frame after filing VAWA you have a strong case would you get a prima facie? So we typically see them issuing prima facie determination. That varies based on cases, okay? A different case, all right? Somebody says, discussing immigration updates. Oh, that's my AI, sorry. Somebody says, can any arriving alien that recently crossed the border apply for a bond? You can apply, but it may not be granted because the court doesn't have jurisdiction. I'll be sending you prayers and love for your birthday. Really? More than that, Don. Hey, Kimberly. Good morning. How are you? Thank you so much, Kimberly. It's on Monday, though, guys. It's on Monday. So remember, guys, on Monday, you need to send me happy birthday. In through Cash App, you need to send me happy birthday. I want $20. A joke. $50. No, sir. $100. Someone says, do you think the 601A waiver processing time will get faster soon? Not necessarily. They've always taken a long time. They take anywhere from 18 to 48 months. And you have to also understand, you're filing a 601A waiver because of a particular reason. They don't necessarily want you, you think that they won't really want you to get the benefit? Do you really think so? Do you think it is wise to file I-45 is I-140 still pending? Well, you need an approval on the I-485 in order to, on the I-140 to file the 485, right? 21G, sir. So clearly you were not granted the immigrant visa because of a particular reason. Now they're going to ask you for a waiver. All right, you can reach out if you want some help. Tammy says, Jay, can you please repeat? My phone number was breaking up. Your phone was breaking up, sorry. What was the question I was answering, Tammy? I don't remember. Oh, for the prima facie. Oh, I'm saying within the first 6 months is typically when you would see it. Within the first 6 months, okay? Somebody says, I watch your live for 100 minutes. Thank you, Jamaican girl. We just did our biometrics yesterday for our 601A. I know it's the government. I'm just hoping. Yeah, I really hope that they approve it soon though. And I guess after some time of it being pending, you could ask for an expedited ask them to expedite it. I'm not sure they will grant it though. All right. Let me see. So it's also payday, right, guys? Somebody says, happy birthday. What are your thoughts on filing I-130 and 138 processing time? Thank you, Simone. Yes, definitely go ahead and file it. Make sure you're filing it online. And it depends who's filing for who. Typically it takes anywhere from 6 to 18 months, okay? My sister sent her documents on the 3rd of February. No payment was taken from her account and yet the information on that. So she has not gotten any receipt notice or anything as yet. Somebody says for VAWA in May 2024, 2 prima facie determination. The current one expires January 3rd, 126, no renewal. Okay, they will send you a new one shortly. Don't worry about that. When will the US lift the ban? That I don't know. All right, guys, I do not. If I'd known that, I would definitely had communicated that to you. All right. Somebody says, I don't understand your English. Christian, I'm sorry that you're unable to understand my English. What language do you speak? Can your siblings fight for other siblings? Well, can a sibling file for another sibling? Yes, they can. Do VAWA expire? I don't understand when you say if VAWA expires. What does that mean? Hey, can auntie file for a niece? No. But he's speaking English, just have an accent. The nerve of people. Oh, I see. My accent they're talking about. I forgot learn for twang. Do you think a judge will allow asylum seeker with military spouse to file their adjustment this time? I mean, why the judge would not allow it? I mean, if you're doing the process properly, you should be able to. How long does it takes to file for a civil in 20 years right now? How long does the process take if you have to file for your sibling? Yeah, it's going to take around 20 years right now. Somebody says my accent is cool. Thank you so much. Interview canceled for green card. Wife is from Malawi. Any hope? I'm not sure. Why? I'm not sure. Yes, 20 years, guys. Your English is good, bro. That person is Mexican, so he doesn't understand you. Okay, but I could speak to him in a little Spanish if you desire. Are there any Hispanics on the chat? Buenos días, ¿cómo estás? Soy Ainard. Do you have any idea of how the lawsuit for the visa ban is going? That I don't know. I'm not following it that much. Okay, that I don't know. Somebody says J bye. Really? Can a grandmother file for a grandchild? No. I mean, I need to practice my Spanish because I may be speaking Spanish for the next 2 weeks. Somebody says I may be speaking Spanish for the next 2 weeks. Somebody says where am I located as I speak, or where am I located in general? So generally, I'm within the Atlanta area. As I speak, I'm in Alabama. Um, I don't know. Tomorrow I might be in Florida. I don't know. I have a pending asylum case. Judge put it off until 2029. Would I have to wait until then to travel? But typically, asylum seekers cannot just get up and travel, right? And so in the Atlanta area, Nadia. All right, in Atlanta area. Guys, if you're seeing me for the first time, go ahead and give me a quick follow. Also, remember to tap the screen and share the live. We're trying to go to 10K likes. We're talking US immigration. You can drop your questions in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them for you. Again, remember everything we're discussing is educational resources. None of it should be understood as legal advice, okay? Somebody says, why these people still asking the same questions over and over? Candy, that's a very good question, and I struggle with it every day. All right. I struggle with it every day. But I can understand people wanting to get an answer for their question, right? And I think sometimes when I answer the questions, they're not listening or realizing that I'm actually answering their question. And that's why I always tell people, maybe you could book a chat then and we could talk one-on-one, right? So if you want to talk with me one-on-one, the number is 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Somebody says, if you're married to someone, what are the forms you have to file? It depends on your situation, right? So if you're married to someone, there's a basic form that you'll file. It's typically the I-130 and the I-130A. But I don't know what else you're trying to do, right? And so that's why I'm saying, it really depends, okay? All right, good morning, KK. How are you doing? Somebody says here that can someone file for their fiance if they're in prison, but they used to live together? That's technical. I, I have a lot of questions. After biometrics for VAWA, how long does it take to get work permit? So typically, you're getting work permit like within anywhere from 5 to 9 months right now, if one is issued. Can you apply for citizenship when I had a dismiss restraining order? It depends. We have to look at your situation as a whole. Um, right. Yeah, that's the point. They're not listening. Yes. Consultation, guys, is $97. That's the cost. $97 for a consultation. Somebody says, I want to adjust my status. Okay. So if you're looking to do an adjustment of status, if you qualify for the adjustment of status, you could file concurrently. And then you're looking at the I-130, I-130A, 45, 864, 693. All right. If you want to get a work permit, then you would add the 765 to that. All right. Somebody says, I can't find my passport for a while. For a while now, how long should I go about getting a new one? So if you can't find your passport, maybe you could report it lost or stolen, and then you can apply for a new one immediately. All right. Somebody else says, will I be dipped if I have a work permit? Will I be dipped if I have a work permit and come in contact with ICE? How do I be treated? So the work permit doesn't protect you, right? So you have a work permit. How did you get that? That would be my question, because the way in which you get your work permit is kind of like your defense. So say, for example, you have a pending adjustment of status. So you got the work permit, or pending asylum, or pending VAWA, then that would be your defense to deportation. All right. Somebody says, Jay, my US husband filed for my kids in Jamaica since 2022 and nothing until now. KK, has it been approved at USS yet? No? Can someone file for their fiance if they're in prison but they've been living together? So the fiance who's filing for the person is in prison? You got it through asylum. So your asylum is your defense to deportation. And all they will do is detain you and have your case, speed up. In which state are you? I need to talk to you. Well, I'm based in Atlanta, which is in Georgia, but currently I'm in Alabama. Alabama. All right. But it doesn't matter where I'm at. You could talk to me. So nothing from USS yet? Since 2022, that's a long time. Reach out and let's assess the case and see if anything can be done, okay? Come on, guys. I'm trying to go to 10K likes, right? Remember, I plan to spend an hour with you guys. You gotta have to make it worth both of our whiles, right? So if you could get me to 10K likes real quick, I certainly appreciate that. All right. Shit. Did I take that one? This is funded. Somebody says, good day, looking for a pro bono attorney. Any suggestion? I'm not sure. I'm not sure where you'd be able to find one. No, I'm sorry. Come on, guys. Remember to tap the screen and share the live, okay? I'm a US citizen. My kids have a US passport through me, not certification. Should I? You can apply for the certification for them. Yes, you can do the N600. Responding to RFE, does the letter of affidavits have to be notarized? Yes, that's recommended. What should be the best strategy to avoid ICE in Florida pending adjustment of status? Okay, very good question. You're in Florida and you want to avoid ICE, so do not be driving with a Jamaican driver's license or If you don't have a valid Florida issued driver's license, you should not be driving if you're in Florida. Domestic violence, all of those stuff, you should not engage in any of those stuff if you're in Florida. So anything, any activity, anything that is going to cause you to be arrested by the police, you should avoid all of those things in order to avoid ICE. Okay. What type of consulting do you provide? We're talking U.S. immigration. All right, U.S. immigration. So that's what we do. I need help with my daughter's paper. They haven't sent her extension and her work permit ends Saturday. All right, let's talk about it. My number is 850-920-3475. Text or call us. I have a U visa application and I'm trying to get processed and need assistance, okay? The number is 850-920-3475. Schedule a one-on-one chat with us, $97, and we'll walk you through it, okay? Somebody says, how safe is it to go to an interview? No, you have no option. If you don't go to the interview, what are you going to do? Because if you don't go, they're going to order you removed. I mean, placed in removal proceedings, right? And why would you not want to go to your interview? That's a question I'd like an answer to. I am doing good, Tatiana. Thank you for asking. Are the consultations with an attorney or paralegal? The consultations with a consultant. If you need an attorney, we could get you connected with one. Good morning. My cousin did his interview last Thursday. Is it too early for approval? It's not. It's not. Somebody says they see ice everywhere. Stay out of their way then. Stay out of their way. Stay out of their way. Okay. Um. This. Hey, I am the one with the fiance in prison. Do you think there's anything I can do? I have a lot of questions I'd want to ask you. Um, a lot of questions, honestly. How long does it take if your military husband files for your kids, they're under 18? It will take anywhere from 1 to 2 years. All right. Also, I also did psychological evaluation for the U visa, T visas cancellation. Um, if people need them. Okay. How do I do a consultation? Yes, you can call the number and they'll give you a link to pay, to book, to schedule a time that works for you, okay? All right. Is there any update on the pause in Jamaica? No. The number is above my head, guys. It's 850-920-3475. 850-920-3475. Somebody says, I'm in removal proceedings and my husband is in the military. Yes, that will definitely help you, but you need an attorney to help you with that process, okay? You need an attorney to help you with that, but that will help you. If the pause is affecting people who are already in the states, no, the pause does not affect people who are already in the states. All right. Somebody says, do you know if USCIS is behind in the approval of K1 visas? It's taking anywhere like 6 to 9 months right now. Just need to know if USCIS is denying waivers, if I should apply for the J1 waiver. So they're denying a lot of the waivers, right? They're denying a lot of those J1 waivers. So I would still apply for it, but then also look at other options, okay? Can an American citizen file for their mother-in-law? They cannot. Hey, Janet, happy Friday. Happy Friday. Welcome in. Guys, remember to tap the screen and share the live, okay? Hey, Brad, thank you for coming on. Can asylum pending apply for EB3? You can. Will it lead you to a green card? Perhaps not, okay? Because it requires you to have maintain good lawful status. Asylum doesn't keep you in status. How long does it take after the RFE for medical? I don't know. It could take a couple of days. It could take weeks. It could take months. All right. What's the latest on H1B visas? I've not been following that. At what point can I apply for citizenship? Either at 3 year or at 5 year. It depends on your situation. So if you're married and still living with your US citizen spouse, you can apply at 3 years. And you've had a green card for 3 years, or otherwise then it's gonna be 5 years, okay? Can I travel with a single DUI after probation ends? That decision is yours alone to make, all right? Once it comes down to travel, it's a decision you're going to make on your own. If I apply for hardship waiver as a J1 who recently had a baby, will this work? Perhaps not. A lot of people have been trying a lot of ways, all right? And you had a baby in the US, they don't like you. Can an asylum pending get married and do a waiver in the United States? So anybody can get married once you're in love. I don't know why you need to do a waiver. So it means that there's a lot more happening in your situation. And then that's why we'd want to talk, okay? You could book a one-on-one chat with me. It's 850-920-3475. Can an American citizen file for a substance? Yes. As long as when he got married to his father, the stepson was under the age of 18. All right. Somebody says CR1 visas, how long does it take? Does H2B workers need a waiver? No, they do not. Consultation is not free, it's $97. What other forms do I file with my I-485 family based? I-130, I-130A, 485, 864, 693. Okay. Somebody says, will asylee potentially affected by the new refugee policy issued by DHS? So asylee and refugees are two different categories. If you apply for I-130 but was denied but never told why, what would you do? They typically tell you why. On the I-130 notice, they typically tell you why. All right. So if you want some help with understanding that, you can reach out to us, 850-920-3475. Can one self-petition for EB3 or EB2? You can self-petition for EB2, not EB3. And EB2 requires you to have minimum of 5 years working experience and a bachelor's degree, or you need to just have a master's degree. My mom has been here for years. Can I file for her? Yes. If she has good entry. All right. Somebody says, if you're a U.S. citizen, you're over 21, your mom has good entry. Yes, then you can file for her. Again, the number is above my head, 850-920-3475. You could text or call that number to be scheduled for your one-on-one consultation, okay? All right, somebody says, people in the chat, if you didn't know, you can get psychological evaluations to assist with visas. Okay, so yes, so then you can petition for your mom. Come on, guys, keep tapping the screen. We're trying to go to 15K likes. All right, not a problem. Not a problem. You can call on the weekend, yes. Somebody will be there to answer the phone. Yes, I'm in the USA. It doesn't look like I'm in the US. Yeah, I'm in the US. Okay. It's 2 years and 9 months too early. No, that's actually perfect time. That's perfect time to apply. Perfect time to apply. Good morning, Forbes Jamaican Delhi. How you doing? What are the options if your 240s come in and there is no response with the H1B? I don't know. I don't know a lot of H1B. Or attorney does, but I don't know a lot of H1B. Mr. Carter just sent an image on WhatsApp. Please take a look at it when you get a chance, okay? Okay. Hey, Silly Jan, Silky Jan, sorry. What are you doing? Hey, Jan. Guys, remember the number to call if you're booking that one-on-one chat is 850-920-3475 or text us 850-920-3475. If you are tuning in with us this morning, we are live out of Mobile. Is it Mobile? Mobile? Mobile, whatever it is, Alabama. Um, hey boss, can one expedite an I-130? You can. Somebody says, you did an interview from last year, August, and you have not gotten a green card. What have you done since that time? What have you done since that time? EAD comes with Social Security, or you have to make an appointment. You have to apply for Social Security and make an appointment to go in. It's not gonna come together anymore. All right. Somebody says, Jay, what do you think about potentially citizenship requirement for banks? They're trying everything that they can to frustrate immigrants, right? So I know some banks are already telling people, some banks were pretty lenient and saying you just need 2 forms of ID. Now some banks are already telling people, you can't get it. All right. Expedition takes like how many weeks? I mean, sometimes it doesn't really take long. Once the process is done properly and you get approval. 65 days now and no update on my case status. I received my receipt notice less than 2 weeks, but no biometrics, and that's normal. It is normal. All right, it's normal. There's nothing for you to be preoccupied about. It's normal. No problem, Trish. My skin I get dry. I need to go lotion. Come on, guys. I've been talking for 37 minutes. We're going for an hour. That means we're going to chat for another 23 minutes and then I'll get off here. Again, if you want to book a one-on-one chat with me, the number is above my head. You could text or call 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Everything we're discussing is educational resources. None of it should be understood as legal advice, okay? Jay, what do you mean? Do it in that time. I'm not following what we're talking about. I'm sorry. Life insurance agent says, hello, please. My country is amongst the banned countries. Can my parents' application still be processed? So if they're amongst the banned countries, then a final decision on the application will not be made. All right. I applied for I-130 since July 2025. How long shall I wait for an approval? Typically it takes 6 to 18 months, okay? Typically that's how long it takes. Can I invite them to come to the US and go back? If they have a visa, they can. Guys, remember, if you want to chat with me, you got to do it this weekend. 850-920-3475. I go on vacation for the next 1.5 weeks. 1.5 weeks, so I'll not be available, okay? I ask you what's right. So I was saying to you, what have you done? So you did from last year, you did your interview, right? And last year, August, you did your interview and you have not gotten a decision. What have you done since then? Have you been putting together additional evidence to submit, or have you submitted any additional evidence, right? And then the other thing would be, what about, have you done an inquiry? What have you done? I have questioned my paper for my green card. The last at 2, they tell the case should be approved. I'm not understanding. Hello, I'm still waiting on my VAWA to be approved. You and thousands of other people. You and thousands of other people. VAWA is taking anywhere from 3 to 4 years. I understand that they said that they need nothing, but that is generic. That's not even the officer that's adjudicating your case. If you're from one of the banned countries and you're in the US and you're marrying and filing for a green card, they will not make a final decision on the green card if you're from one of the banned countries. It was approved, but what else is next? Been taking 9 months from South Africa. So the I-130 was approved. I know you're doing the consular processing. You're saying I'm not, but I'm not understanding. I'm not like Forbes. I'm really not understanding what's going on. Where's your case? What office is your case at? After the freeze is lifted, will it will it require to resubmit a new police report? It depends on how long. Depends on how long. Maybe the police report is expired. You may have to do a new one. Hi Jay, it's Aretha. Happy Friday. How are you? Hey, how are you? No update just yet. The pause is affecting the issuance. All right, my DACA expires in a few days. I might lose my job. It's a process. It's in process for approval. Can I expedite it? I'm not sure, but um, are you able to communicate to your job? Sometimes they'll tell you, okay, after 90 days, if you don't give it to me, then we will do whatever. I don't know if it's a case like that you might be able to do something. I know that you're not from one of the banned countries, but I'm asking you what like I want to know what office is adjudicating your case. That's what I'm asking. Clearly, Mr. the Jamaican something beside your name. But I see people from the banned countries getting their green card. There's a difference between the banned countries and the pause countries. There are 75 countries that were paused, and there are 39 countries that they ban. The same set of people who they refuse to issue citizenship to because they're from the banned countries. Yes, I filed for an overage child since 2022. An overage child, that means it's gonna take around 10 years. All right. My VAWA was approved last year, August. I'm in Connecticut. Been waiting. Okay, have you applied for 45? Is there any new update on 42B cases that got verbal approval in 2023? No. I don't understand the verbal approval. I don't understand. I'm saying my case should be approved next month. What must I expect? Should I get a tenure? I don't know. Like, how long have you been married? What field office is it at? What field office is that's what I'm trying to understand. What field office it's at? Where did you go in to do your interview? That's all I'm asking you. Spousal green card, how long is the approval taking? 6 to 18 months. Yes, we do help with asylum. You've been married for 10 years? If you've been married for 10 years, then you get a 10-year green card. No, I'm asking, so okay, have you filed for the green card? Miss VAWA approved? Okay, Michael. Can you sue USCIS for delaying? You can. What are the chances for manslaughter going through removal? Is from Jamaica, been incarcerated for 10 years. more than likely the government is going to try their best to get removal. It's at the Houston field office. Okay. So I don't know much about the Houston field office. But I know some field offices they're pretty slow. But that's why I've been asking you. Have you put together some if you have you put together some additional evidence and uploaded it? Right. So that's what I mean when I said, what have you done? So you've done your interview since August. What have you done from August until to date? Have you given them any additional evidence to help them with making the decision? Your job is to help the officer to make a favorable decision. So if you just sit back, what are you going to expect? Have you done an inquiry? Because now you've been waiting more than 6 months. Typically, it's 120 days when they make a decision. Guys, give me a minute. The green card I got, what was the condition? And it's the second, and it's so sent to remove the condition. Yeah, if you got a conditional green card, you need to remove the conditions from the green card. If you have been married for 4 years and you are from one of the 75 countries, will you get a tour? You'll get a 10. You'll get a 10. So if at the time when the green card is issued, you're over the age of your marriage is over 2 years, then you'll be issued a 10. You'll be issued a 10. I got married twice and I got deportation letter and an approval letter. So you're placed in deportation, Queen Victoria? So Queen Victoria, you'd need to get an attorney to help you if you're placed in deportation. So Queen Victoria, you'd need to get an attorney to help you if you're placed in deportation. But it could help you in deportation, okay? It's cold in here. Guys, remember, we're just going for an hour, which means I have like 11 minutes left with you. You can drop your questions in the comments if you'd like. If you want to talk with us one on one, then the number is 850-920-3475. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Again, I'm not available next week. I'm not available again until the 12th of March. My birthday is Monday and I will be taking vacation. All right. Someone says green card older file I-131st son, 20 years old. What if it is approved after he's 21? So you would have adjustment, maybe not. Is he located in the US? Good morning. If my lawyer send in voluntary departure letter 24 and it says pending, you have to talk to your lawyer about that and then your lawyer work on it. You can go and upload evidence like that. Yes, you can. There's an option in your online account that asks for that you can upload unsolicited evidence through. All right. Somebody says, so the condition is the process of removal. I'm going to get my 10-year green card. Yes. So if you have a 2-year conditional green card and then you're going to do the removal proceedings, the removal of the conditions, then you typically get a 10-year once it's approved. Thank you, Candy K. NVC forwarded my case to Jamaica Embassy in February. Sorry, let me see that again. In February, but I haven't gotten an email yet for my interview. Okay, that's fine. That's normal. That's your birthday too, Jeline? It's in the US. Okay, so it's gonna be a little bit technical right now. All right? Because green card holders cannot adjust status. All right, have a early birthday, Jay. We born March. You born March, Angela. Happy birthday when it comes. Somebody says, place in deportation from my first marriage. Didn't know I got the letter, but I remarry. Okay. All right, Queen Victor, if you want us to help you with that, go ahead and reach out, 850-920-3475. Somebody says, what's the circumstances having a Jamaican license and being stopped by the police and sent to court? Here's the thing, Kamar, you should not be driving in the US with a Jamaican license, right? I hope that they don't have they don't tell ICE or anything like that, but you should not. All right. I was interviewed 45 in December 11, 2025, but I did not receive any notification until today. And that's kind of normal right now, Danny boy. Honestly, it's kind of normal. Typically, they say after 120 days is when you will be given a decision. All right. If you haven't gotten a decision after 120 days, then you can do an inquiry. All right. Okay. So the 26th of next month, what must I expect? I'm a US citizen, want to marry my girlfriend from 75 past country. Is your girlfriend inside or outside of the US? So if you see that USCIS that they said they don't need anything, you're not listening, Jamaican Delhi. You're not listening. You're not listening. My birthday is the day. My interview is the day before my birthday. Well, I do hope you get an approval. That would be a very good birthday gift. I was born in March too. Candy K, you born in March too? Everybody born in March? Happy birthday, guys. Yeah, so if they're outside of the US, you can marry and file for the consular processing, but yes, the pause will affect the issuance, okay? I become a US citizen? Well, adjusting his status. So if you become a US citizen, yeah, then that's a different story. Right? That's a different story right there. All right. Any idea how long it will take? What again? I don't remember. For K1 interview, do they just give you the decision the same time? I mean, you will know if you're approved. Marry a girl from a pause country. I don't know how long the pause will take. Like, I don't know. I don't know when they're gonna lift the pause. Nobody knows really. It filed February 24, but they say but it says pending. What is the meaning of that, please? What was filed February 24? After biometrics, what's the next step, and why work permit? Um, so after biometrics, the next step is interview. There's no guarantee that they're gonna approve your work permit, but the next step is typically interview. Are you talking about the volunteer departure? Typically, a judge is the one that typically an immigration judge is the one that makes a decision on a volunteer departure. Only immigration judges, typically grant volunteer departures. Do you think that this pause will remain for a long period? I'm not sure. The elections are coming up. We don't know how the election may influence that. Um, you what? Care married after biometrics? What is the next step? I feel care married. I don't understand your question. I'm sorry. All right, guys, we've been chatting for 56 minutes. As I said, we're going an hour today. If you want to book a one-on-one chat with me, then it's 850-920-3475. Um, that's 850-920-3475. That's the number to text or call. As I said, I'm traveling out of state today, so I shall connect with you guys again on the anytime after the 12th of March. So I will not be coming here again until after that time. As I said, um, today is yeah. I will not be connecting with you guys until after the 12th of March. Again, my birthday is Monday, and I'm taking an entire 2 weeks for my birthday. All right. You think the V visa works if the person is in the US? I don't. Which of the visas is a V visa? I don't remember. I don't know. I don't know that one. Thanks, Garvin. Nade, your birthday is March 2nd too? Happy birthday when it comes. Happy birthday when it comes. Yes, guys. So that's it. Thank you so much again for coming on today. Thank you for asking your questions. Remember, the to connect with me is 850-920-3475. Again, that's 850-920-3475. You could send us a text or you could call us. All right, we'll be happy to chat with you. And I look forward to seeing you again. Maybe March 13 or 14. Happy birthday when it comes to Maria. I'm married for a green card. First of all, Carrie, boy, you know, come off of TikTok. Because you come over here, talk about you're married for green card. You cannot marry for green card. Or, well, rather, you should not marry for a green card. So better you come off of this. Happy birthday when it comes. Thank you so much, Charmaine. Thank you, Angela. Somebody says, morning, ICE is detaining overseas in Seattle. I want to try for my mom. Well, I don't know that they're doing it, but if your mom is here and you can file for adjustment, that's what I would do. What is the number and can I talk to you today? Reach out to the number and you will know whether or not you can. All right, somebody says 6 months plus. 6 months plus and not gotten a receipt for forward. That's normal. Write the lockbox and find out what's going on. All right. Send an email to the lockbox to find out what's going on with that. All right. But unfortunately, it's normal. And it's only normal for those persons who filed that within the period of summer last year. All right. But thank you again, guys, for coming on today. And we will chat further, okay? All right, guys, remember the number is 850-920-3475. If you want to book that one-on-one chat again, 850-920-3475. All right. So thank you so much again. And thank you so much again. And I look